Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Shalom, Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, Salam Kebajikan. Hello everyone, my name is Gwenda Tambelangi with student ID number 020424111006. I come from 4th Bilingual Class Management. In this video, I will explain to you guys about conflict and negotiation in the organizational behavior course. In this video is made to fulfill the replacement assignment for the final exam of organizational behavior. So guys, as we know, in an organization, conflict is something unavoidable because every individual has different opinions, goals, and interests. However, conflict does not always have a negative impact if it is managed properly. Conflict can help organization grow and find a better solution. Therefore, in this video, I will explain to you guys about the definition of conflict, types of conflict, the conflict process, the definition of negotiation, negotiation strategy, and a real case study or simulation of its implementation in organization. So guys, for the first, we're talking about the definition of conflict. According to Robbins and Judge in the book Organizational Behavior, conflict is a process that begins when one party perceives that another party has negatively affected or is about to negatively affect something that the first party cares about. So, in organization, conflict can occur because there are four. The first is differences in opinions, the second is communication misunderstanding, the third is competition, and the last is differences in goals between individuals or groups. So, according to Robbins and Judge, there are several types of conflict in organization. The first conflict is a task conflict. Task conflict is a conflict related to the content of work or differences in ideas. And the second conflict is relationship conflict. Relationship conflict is a conflict caused by a personal issue, emotion, or interpersonal relationship. And the third is process conflict. Process conflict is a conflict about how the work should be done. Okay, for the next, we're talking about conflict process. For the conflict process, conflict usually goes through several stages. There are four. The first is the existence of differences of problems, and the next is the emergence of tension, and the next is open conflict, and the last is and finally conflict management or resolution. If conflict is not handled properly, it can reduce cooperation and organizational productivity. Okay guys, for a second we're talking about the definition of negotiation. Negotiation is a process in which two or more parties exchange opinions in order to reach an agreement. Negotiation is important in organization because it helps resolve conflict and create solutions that benefit both parties. The first, we're talking about negotiation strategy. There are several negotiation strategies commonly used in organization. For the first strategy, we use distributive negotiation. Distributive negotiation is a negotiation focused on dividing fixed resources. For example, salary negotiation between a company and employees. And the second negotiation is integrative negotiation. Integrative negotiation is a negotiation that aims to find solutions that benefit both parties. For example, a company and employees work together to create a more flexible work schedule. And the last, we're talking about the characteristic of effective negotiation. To make negotiation effective, there are several important characteristics. There are five. The first is good communication, the second is listening skills, the third is mutual respect, and the fourth is focus on solution, and the last is an emotional control. So, if negotiation is carried out emotional and unprofessionally, conflict can become even bigger. So the next for simulation, I'm used conflict between employees and management at Starbucks. A real example of conflict and negotiation in organization can be seen in the conflict between employees and Starbucks management in several countries, including the United States. The conflict happened because some employees felt that the workload was too heavy, work schedules were unstable, and the employee welfare was insufficient. On the other hand, the company wanted to maintain service standards and the company profits. So, the next we're talking about the forms of conflict in this case. This case shows both task conflict and the relationships conflict. The first, we're talking about the task conflict. For the task conflict, this conflict occurs because of difference in opinions regarding the work system and task distribution. For example, employees feel that the workload was too heavy during busy hours, while management demanded fast and maximum service quality. And the second, we're talking about the relationship conflict. For the relationship conflict, the conflict also developed into emotional tension between employees and management because of poor communication and lack of mutual understanding. Next, for the negotiation in this case, to reduce the conflict, negotiation was conducted between employees representative and company management. During the negotiation process, there are two. The first is employees expressed their complaint, and the second is while management explained the company's needs. Finally, both parties try to find solution together, such as there are three. The first is improving work schedules, the second is increasing communication, and the last is evaluating the work system to make it more balanced. Okay guys, for the implementation in organizational behavior, the Starbucks case show that conflict in organization is not always bad. If conflict is managed properly through negotiation, it can. The first is improve working relationships, the second is increase communication, the third is help companies understand employee needs, and the last is improve organizational productivity. However, if conflict is ignored, it can cause the first, work stress, the second is decreased motivation, and the last is even employees turnover. Okay, jump to the last but not least, it is conclusion. This case is also very relevant to everyday life, both in workplace and in campus organization or group assignment. Therefore, the ability to manage conflict and conduct negotiation is very important so that common goals can be achieved effectively and professionally. In conclusion, conflict and negotiation are important parts of organizational behavior because they help organizations solve problems, maintain good working relationships, and create a healthier and more productivity work environment. That is all my explanation about conflict and negotiation in the organizational behavior course. There are any mistakes, I apologize.